your eyes for a second and imagine it. The year 2100. Not a movie set, not a fantasy. A version of Earth built entirely from technology that already exists today, in a lab, in a prototype, in a research paper waiting for its moment. Everything you're about to hear isn't a guess pulled from thin air. It's a projection built on real science that's already happening right now in 2026. So let's take that leap. What does the world actually look like 74 years from today? Start with the thing every civilization has ever needed more of: energy. For decades, scientists have chased a single dream: nuclear fusion. Not the fission that powers today's nuclear plants, but the same reaction that powers the sun itself. Clean, nearly limitless, almost no dangerous waste. In 2022, a facility in California achieved something remarkable: a fusion reaction that produced more energy than the lasers put into it. For the first time in history, net energy gain wasn't theoretical anymore. Now, let's be fair. Fusion has been called 20 years away for the better part of 70 years. It's practically a running joke among physicists at this point. The physics works, the engineering is brutally hard, requiring materials and containment systems that push the edge of what we can currently build. But by 2100, most researchers in this field believe the odds finally favor us, especially with multiple national programs and private fusion startups racing toward commercial scale reactors right now. A world running on fusion means abundant clean power, mass desalination turning seawater into fresh water, and entire deserts transformed into farmland. It means the geopolitics of oil and gas, which has shaped wars and alliances for over a century, quietly fading into history. Now imagine energy solved. What happens to the human mind next? Right now, in 2026, brain-computer interfaces already exist and are already being tested in real patients. Early versions have let paralyzed patients move a cursor, type words, even control a robotic arm using thought alone, no muscle movement required at all. Push that technology forward 74 years, and the line between your mind and a machine starts to blur completely. Restored sight for the blind through signals sent directly to the visual cortex. Restored movement for the paralyzed through interfaces that bypass damaged nerves entirely. Memory and learning radically augmented in ways that today only exist in research proposals. And alongside it, artificial intelligence keeps evolving too. Today's AI can already write, reason, and create in ways that felt impossible a decade ago. Where that curve leads by 2100 is one of the most debated questions in modern science. Some researchers see a future of extraordinary partnership between human and machine minds. Others warn of real risks: unequal access, loss of privacy, systems more capable than the humans meant to control them. This isn't a section with an easy, comfortable answer. It's arguably the most important open question on this entire list. Now, what about the body carrying that mind around? Gene editing tools like CRISPR already let scientists precisely rewrite tiny sections of DNA today in 2026. And clinical trials are already underway for inherited blood disorders and certain cancers. Lab-grown organs, built successfully in early trials using a patient's own cells, are inching closer to replacing transplant waiting lists entirely. Waiting lists that today cost thousands of lives every single year simply because there aren't enough donors. By 2100, the realistic version of this isn't necessarily immortality. It's something more grounded, a dramatic extension of healthy years, not just added time, but added quality of life. Diseases that define entire families today edited out before they ever take hold. Organ failure, once a death sentence, becoming a routine repair. But here too, history deserves a mention. Scientists have promised breakthroughs in aging for over a century, and biology has repeatedly humbled every prediction. The most honest forecast isn't we'll live forever, it's we'll likely live longer and better than any generation before us. Now lift your eyes off the ground entirely. What about the sky? Reusable rockets, once dismissed as science fiction themselves, are already flying and landing again today, over and over, driving the cost of reaching orbit down faster than almost anyone predicted a decade ago.
I agree completely.
Mars mission planning, once a NASA fantasy confined to concept art, now has real timelines being discussed by both government agencies and private companies. Lunar bases are already in active design, with international partners contributing modules and hardware right now. By 2100, a genuinely plausible version of humanity exists on more than one world. Research outposts on the moon, staffed on a rotating basis much like Antarctic stations today. A small but permanent presence on Mars, likely still heavily dependent on Earth for supplies and support. Not a sprawling interplanetary empire, not cities of millions under domed skies, but a real, working foothold beyond Earth for the very first time in our species' entire history. The obstacles are enormous. Radiation exposure, life support that can never fail, costs that dwarf anything humanity has built before. None of this happens by accident. Every version of this future requires deliberate, sustained effort, starting now. So, what does all of this actually add up to? Not one single future, not a guaranteed utopia, and not an inevitable disaster either. A range of possibilities. And the honest truth is, which one we land on depends entirely on the choices being made in labs, in governments, and in boardrooms, right now in 2026. The world in 2100 isn't something that's simply going to happen to us. It's something we are actively building, one imperfect breakthrough at a time, whether we are paying attention or not. So here's the real question. Out of everything we covered today, which future excites you the most and which one worries you? Tell me in the comments, and if there's a piece of tomorrow's world you want us to dig deeper into, let us know. It might just become our next episode.